Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. So I'm recording this on Christmas because I woke up early. Go team! Merry Christmas if you celebrate. I don't normally get a chance to do this, but I was like, all right, I woke up early enough. I might as well do that. And also, I had something I really wanted to talk about in an intro, so here we are. So, did you know, and this is wild to me, did you know that there exists a service called GeForce Now by Nvidia, which is absolutely crazy? And I swear this isn't an advertisement in any sense. It just blew my mind that this was relevant. So the story here is that I received the new Indiana Jones game for Christmas. Very exciting. I've been wanting to play this. I've been very excited about it. Turns out I don't have a graphics card capable of any form of ray tracing. What that means is that the minimum requirements of this game require ray tracing in some form. You have to have a ray tracing capable card regardless of anything else. So despite the fact that my card, which is a 1080 Ti, has all of the other requirements, it doesn't have ray tracing, and so I can't play the game. So I received this, and everyone was really bummed out. And I was like, all right, I really wanted to play this, but how do I do that? Turns out I did some research, found out that this GeForce Now thing exists. Apparently, it's just an app that connects to a VM bank off in wherever the heck that hosts a whole bunch of gaming machines, and then it just streams it straight to you. So because I live so close to one of the banks, the latency to the server is so small that it's basically just like playing it on my own computer. Actually wild. Now, it's expensive as heck. So this is something that I don't know if it's viable for everyone. The price on this is like $20 a month in US dollars, which is woefully overpriced. I mean, I guess you get what you get, but man, that's too expensive. So I'm trying it for a month basically, and I'm enjoying it. It's great for what I'm trying to do. It lets me play my game, but more importantly, it actually connects with my existing games on Steam. This is really cool, and this is the part that really surprised me. The idea of streaming a game or a movie, whatever, that's like 5 years ago, okay? We've had that. I do that at work all the time. Not games, not movies, but the concept is the same. I stream like runs of other applications. The cool thing, in my opinion, is that this synchronizes with Steam and other like storefronts in order to not require you to purchase the game again. So I can just play my Steam library on GeForce Now. The other cool thing, you actually still get like achievements and stuff. Actually blew my mind. That surprised me the most. I was like, I didn't realize that we would have that kind of integration. So, very cool stuff. I'm over here just playing the game like I had bought it and played it on my own computer, except it's on a server somewhere being streamed to me. Fantastic. So anyway, that's the cool thing that I discovered yesterday as I was trying to hash out how in the world I play my game. And this was turned around so quickly. I figured it out, and within an hour and a half after I discovered and researched it, I was on playing the game. Fantastic. So, pretty cool service, actually. I think the only thing that you really got to watch out for is it's just way too expensive, is the part that I thought, well, okay, that's that, I think. I'm not going to be having that enabled all the time. It costs more than pretty much any other service I own, which is wild to me. Anyway, cool thing. Merry Crimbo if you celebrate. Very cool. And let's play some Monster Train. That's why we're all here. So our previous run, which brought us up to 278 wins on the series, was a pretty rough Imperialist run, actually. We had a plus 25 Big Sludge infused Horned Warrior, and that the crazy thing about this is we ended up with, because of dregs and other things, we ended up with a Waxer Snuffer Votavary Infinite, and the Big Sludge was the payout. It was grotesque. We also had resin block on the Votivaries, so it meant that when I was killing them, they were also getting scaling as well. So Votivary was pushing like 800 something damage at the end of the Infinite. I completely lost my sanity midway through executing the Infinites on the Divinity and Seraph. So, and absolutely, in my opinion, it's hilarious, but I'm glad that it doesn't happen very often because it is, wow, it's just so much. There's no brain power required. You just execute the thing. Once you have the infinite, you just go, okay, and now I click this to scale 10 damage for the next, I don't know, 20 minutes until I have enough damage to win the fight. So, I'm glad that's in the past. Anyway, we're moving on to play Windleton, so let's make that happen. So yes, as always, do like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's play some Monster Train and see what we get today. Good stuff. Clicking the buttons. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay. It is bright and early. I have just woken up. I'm looking forward to Christmas activities, so hopefully this run doesn't take too long. And then after that, I don't really know. Maybe I don't think I'm going to get more Monster Train recorded today, but it's nice to be able to make some progress on my backlog just by having a day off of work, so incredible. Anyway, let's get it on it. Today we are Exile, Awoken, Default Umbra. It's not a very good clan combo. I pretty much think that the worst clan combo is some fusion of Awoken and Umbra. I've talked about this a lot before. I still think my personal thought is that it's actually... it might be this, except with Penumbra. I think Windleton is enough of a solo carry with enough support that you can win this without too much concern. This one usually is like you can put a Crucible Warden or something in front of Windleton. If you hit Strangler, you can pull it off. The thing is, I think if you had Penumbra plus Root Seeds, it's pretty rough. I actually think Root Seeds is worse than the Restores here because the Awoken Hollow and Thorned Hollow lines are very much enabled when you have Restores. Very difficult to get them started if you have Root Seeds instead. So I actually think, yeah, Penumbra plus Root Seeds would be my vote right now. But anyway, let's see. We're facing Explosive Sigil, Daedalus, Curse Arcus, Diligent Seraph. We should have no problem with Diligent given this opener. We start with Sting, Antumbra Assault, Preserved Thorns. Lots of stings. I don't hate that. This is a great card in a Diligent, but it's also, they're good accelerators, and there are a lot of relic support pieces that we can find here. Thorn Casing or whatever makes these very strong elements. Having a ping in Antumbra Assault? Fine. You know, it's not the ping I want, but it's the ping I got. And so here we are. Alright, temples today are on 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 temples in really good positions as well. So that's quite nice. This is not a train wreck episode. This is a train of thought, so I'm not going to need to do a lot here, but regardless, we have all that available. Dupe on Ring 8 is Magic side. Nothing fancy here. Steel and Magic both on 7. No removals. Steel has Horde, Magic has Cave. Sure. Magic no Steel on 6, but we do have a removal dupe. Removal dupe Cave is really strong if we can use it, so hopefully we can. Magic shops are very good when you have Root Seeds in general, converting that into essentially pure draw. Then we have Horde in the middle, Trinket Shop, Vortex competing with Magic Shop. 2 rings, no Steel shops is a big bummer here. We do end up with a Steel on 4. It's pretty weak though, but we might have to take it depending on what we end up on. Competes with Horde, Vortex, Umbra banner. Early game is double Magic. We do have double Magic, double Awoken banner with the Magic shops. I actually prefer Umbra banners here when we have Shade Splitters because, I mean, depending on if we get Strangler, right? If we don't have Strangler, I think it's a big gamble, but there is an Umbra banner Steel shop on 2. So I suppose we'll see. Lost Luggage versus Firewall. It's always Lost Luggage here, and I don't think it's particularly close. Especially if we end up with Strangler, the Lost Luggage is actually useful. Let's go ahead and click the Forge before I get too far ahead of myself. I'm going to click Thornlord here because we get Thornlord Predator. We do not see Strangler yet. Yeah, so I'm going to click Thornlord. This also defeats Diligent even further. But more importantly, I like this because it plays nicely with the other elements of this run, the other banner units here. I don't think Predator adds enough. So, Thornlord for sure. I'm going to hyper fixate on any Sting relics if we can find them. Forever Flame. It's not bad. I don't hate it. Conscription Notice. I don't think we need that. Concussive Coals. I'll take Forever Flame here. I think that's acceptable. There's enough stuff in Umbra and Awoken that this will be good. So, sure. I really do like these relics. They're very strong. Yeah, Mark of Invasion is going to be free. Thanks in large part to Thornlord. Now, we do have an absolute truckload of stuff. So our plan here is... what? I'm just going to play double Train Stewards downstairs. Then I'm going to drop... I think I'm going to ping out one of the guys on middle to give me morsels up top. I know this gives up some things here, but it's okay. Because the goal here is to use all of this to free scale our Windleton. We're drawing 10 next turn, which is fantastic. So we get, you know, stings and everything else we could have wanted. Very good. Excellent, in fact. I do want to ping and get morsels. They're good here. I want to play a Preserved Thorns. I think we need to put some numbers into this mid-floor guy, or we're going to suffer. Because he's getting big-time healed, I need to make sure he goes down. Great. He goes down. So I need to do the same thing again on mid-floor. We commit some resources here. We're drawing 10. I'll take a morsel then. Fantastic work. Okay. Now the question then becomes, how do I clear other man? Well, we just simply draw what we need to draw, avoid all incoming damage, and draw, you know, 10 cards. We've had 10 draw for most of this combat, which is kind of wild. So that certainly means to me that we are very far ahead. I can draw 9 here. If I can draw 9 like this, or 10 like this in most cases, I think we're golden. Yeah, that's a very strong opener, being able to see so many cards so fast. I'm going to click Glimmer. It's a good plus 30 and 10 in piercing target. It's good to have heals in general. I don't need Steel Enhancer here. Yeah, Glimmer is good. Perils of Production certainly could be an answer. I think we're going to a magic shop, so let's take this and see what we roll into. I'm going to go magic side here. Steel's not bad, but there are a lot of units that I don't want from the Umbra banner. There's 4 of them. I would take any of the Crucible dogs here, but I don't think I want to go too ham. I'm going to go to the Awoken banner side for now. A holdover is a very strong hit. Permafrost. We do see a spell chain. Tendon Piercing is going into this Glimmer pretty much right away. Let's see what this banner is. Animus of Speed. The thing is these units aren't amazing. I don't really want them. I'd rather feed stuff into Windleton right now. So I'll take the Animus of Will because it's a more productive infusion. But still not impressive. -1s just go into Root Seeds if nothing else. We reroll here. Holdover, Spell Chain, Perils of Production out of the gate is amazing. We love to see that. The damage scaling on that is really good. Now, I can't afford a -1, unfortunately, but we're very happy about this. I don't actually know if we need to tunnel magic shops very much with this in mind. So, okay. We do 1 billion damage. We're going to do plenty of damage here. I need to not lose. So let's just slam the Glimmer downstairs, which ends a person. We're going to put everything on separate floors here. As weird as that is going to seem. Basically, I want to try my best to scale these floors independently. Yeah, so we're just going to we funnel the perils into our units. I'm going to go ahead and... Bottom floor is dicey. Wow. All right. Let's get morsels happening. What if I just fed a lot of this into... I'm going to feed these into our Animus because it's more likely to do something useful. Yes. She might die anyway. I actually think she's super dead anyway. Yeah, I mean... For sure, for sure. Okay, let's do the important thing. We're going to sting out mid-floor here. I'm going to go ahead and double tap. I know that's an expensive play, but the nice thing about it is she actually kills something. Good job, buddy. I might be able to keep her alive, impressively. No, she does pass away, right? Because the 5 comes in. Okay, so it's fine. I'm not upset about that. We can sting this out anyway. It's fine. We do like 500 million damage here and have almost actually a 100 health Windleton at this point in the run. Or 100 damage, so that's good. As long as I can find a ping within my next, I don't know, million cards, and we do. Great. This kills out the spikes guy, and then we can just pump stings into the boss, and none of this frightens me. Great. So we do fine on damage. Just no questions asked, we do plenty on damage. So I need to win the combat and survive now. Tons of damage being dealt here. Big fan. Great work. 138 damage is pretty awesome. Now, let me think about this. What is the survivability solution here? We have tools. Steel Enhancer's pretty decent. I'm actually going to grab this now. I don't mind drawing into it. We don't need Vine Grasp or Restoring Retreat here. Prismal Dust. I mean, it converts into Damage Shield. It could be it. I don't need a Mind Collapse here. We have enough pings. The dupe... I know what you're thinking. You could dupe Perils and do more damage. The thing is I don't need this, and this doesn't do much for me. I think I'm just going to go to this magic shop for the moment. It's at least something. We'll take the money, for sure. I'm going to convert that into essentially making root seeds free. 20 consume. I can 20 consume one of these Antumbra Assaults. I can rely a little more on Glimmer. The Permafrost I don't think we need. Remove consume? It's not bad. We could put that into Prismal Dust. I'm going to do this preemptively. We have enough temples. I think there's enough ways we can benefit from this with everything else we have going on. So I think I'm fine with it. I'm not upgrading that. Alright. This Awoken banner, I don't see it being the key. See, again, Awoken Hollow would be great here, but I have no real consistent healing. Yeah, problem. Yeah, I don't see it. It's not bad. I don't see it, though. It's too bad this isn't, what's her name? Vine Mother? Because that would have worked. Taking space here just for Awoken Hollow is unfortunately not really the play. And you know, I kind of do wish we had gotten a second unit here. It's really bizarre. I've talked about this before. There's a glitch in the game. Sometimes this happens where you only get one banner unit, and unfortunately, I mean, we get kind of boned here as a result. I only get to look at one thing. So I guess we're going to sell the Awoken Hollow and hope we get better from Talos or Daedalus himself. I mean, there's only so much can be done here, so fair enough, I suppose. Bummer. Real bummer. Anyway, let's look at the cave and see what we get. Ember Stasis. Penitent Remains is maybe okay. I don't think so. We want to be able to proc these Thornlord elements. I don't think we want to take junk. Ember Stasis, however, is basically free because I have so much Ember reduction already and Spell Chain Perils, so we'll take that. We're looking for something better here unit-wise. Yeah, something. Did I buy that -1? Well, I'll never know now. Hopefully I did. Alright, we start by just playing out some units here. We're going to sacrifice them all, essentially, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and we'll drop... I'm actually going to drop Windleton so I can play out the Calcified Embers right into the boss here. It's just really nice being able to do this. So we just plug 120 into him and get that removed right away, which is great. Alright, cool. Here is Mr. Perils of Production. We're going to just go ahead and play that right away. I would like to just generate a lot of damage shield here, but I do think the play is to get Umbra Assault first, so I have some morsels. Then I'm going to just drop... I'm actually going to take the Root Seeds, then drop 4 damage shield upstairs. It seems good. We have the Extinguish problem here, where they're going to break my damage shield anyway, so... not really too many options available to us. Let's blow up a guy mid-floor. Let's actually just go ahead and generate morsels here. It's good to pump numbers into Windleton whenever possible. So that's why we're doing it. I want to be drawing at least like 7 when I can do this stuff. So, okay. Let's put a Shade Splitter down because I'm going to have to take the Extinguish trigger here, which is okay. Alright, we get to take the Extinguish trigger, play this guy out. We're going to suffer from this next floor. We'll live. We only can hit 1 time. We might actually, yeah, okay, we actually do get an answer here in the form of Calcified Embers. And then we actually do just straight up murder this guy, which is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and Glimmer out. What's coming up? I have 2 stings. Let's Glimmer out mid-floor then. And then we're going to do a single morsel up top, which actually is great because he can take 4 from this hit and 1 from the Extinguish trigger. So we preserve non-zero amounts of damage shield, which is fantastic news. I'm going to take 4 more damage shield here. Seems good. Every little bit we can get matters. I might leak 5 here. It's possible. No, it's actually not going to happen. We have the Shade Splitters that do it. So, this is good because now we can just pound this out and push numbers. We lose 2 stacks here, but that's okay. We do enough damage, I'm not worried about this combat. Alright, great job. We can and should push through this without much issue. The damage shield does great. Unfortunately, Spike's on Daedalus, but he doesn't beat us anyway, so that's good. Okay. Give me an answer. Windleton with Quick Tome. I'm going to go ahead and take this. If we end up on Strangler, this is great. Adaptive Mutation is an option too, but I think the Quick Tome is worth more, generally speaking, so we'll take that. I'm never pivoting on Predator. I'm taking Crucible Collector. Yeah, he's an answer. Great. Answer collected. Now, with that in mind, I can play them together, but I need space to at least feed him a morsel. So we're going to take space here. We're already good on Ember. We're actually already good on Draw. So it's worth noting we are a little bit dependent on seeing your old friend Strangler eventually. And we don't see it here, so we're going to take Thornlord 2. We have one last chance, which is, you know, scary. Let's be clear. I'm going to put a -2 on Prismal Dust here. That's good. 10 in Piercing. Put it again on Glimmer. It's not bad. It's not what I want, but 20 Piercing is solid. The big problem you're missing here is you're on 22. You don't have that crucial 25 damage level. I don't take Quick here. I'm re-rolling this. Plus 25 we'll have to do. Okay, fine. We could just buy a large stone for Animus of Will if we're worried about stuff. That's certainly an option. I could do this. This is actually okay. I'm actually going to do large stone on Animus of Will here. It's fine for the order of things that we're seeing here. We're never going to this trinket shop. We're going to check out this magic shop. It has money anyway, so it's fine. We don't need any of these other things. 10 in Piercing. I'll put it on an Umbra Assault right now. I'm ahead, but Nothing great. I'm keeping these units separate because we don't necessarily need them to be infused, and I have plenty of opportunities later to do this if I want to. There are good drafts that we could hit that solve this. We should be continued to be fine here without too much concern. How do I want to approach this? Kind of want to play bottom floor here, right? Kind of want to play bottom floor. Spikes will be annoying, but I think we have answers. Let's go ahead and do Animus of Will, bottom, and we'll put Windleton in front right here. And then we can do Train Steward. I did just whiff on a... I did totally whiff on a morsel there, or a sting. That is a mistake to have done. But we are past it now. Okay. We're at least clearing the floor, but, you know, we gotta watch our health is the big problem here. I'm gonna go ahead. We perils in the back. The nice thing about triple hitting here is that we can actually defeat enemies. So I'm going to go ahead. We give the quick tome out the gate. We continue to play cards. I'm gonna feed our morsel guy just in case this result we're gonna die. That is the important thing I'm taking away. I want him to win this combat if we fail to win by any other means. So, it is just important. Alright, we are fortunately still ahead on numbers here. Great. I'd like to draw a heal card pretty soon, if possible. I'm actually going to be pinging out my own units here, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I want to ping this bottom guy out. That saves some health. And then we'll ping out our own unit so I can then replay a unit. Top floor fellow is at least looking pretty decent. So we are loaded here. I don't want to clutter my pool with... I mean, I'll take the incant. I still think it's worth it. Sure, fine. Okay. Would like a heal card, please. Monster Train. Be very cool to me. Thank you for drawing it. I'm not guaranteed it. I think we get through this pretty comfortably. Yeah, we do. Having 3 hits and quick is a good state to be in. So, great. And then we have a guy upstairs that's at least able to 1v1 this boss if we need to. This gives us some flexibility in how we approach this stuff, which I certainly appreciate. Fossilized Fangs makes Crucible Collector just a little bit better, which is cool. Wildwood Custodian. I actually like this guy here. If we end up with not a more useful infusion combo, we can always just take this for 1 card draw. I'll take him, actually. Engine upgrade. I will take an engine upgrade. We have plenty of opportunities for this. Crucible extension's not bad, actually. Having space... Ooh. More space. This might be it. And there's a world this is it. I wonder. I think we might need this. This gives us some flexibility. I actually think we need that. We have a lot of cards in our deck. I need to remove stuff. I go to another magic shop. I think we don't have enough to cash out on this trinket shop. Unfortunately, the vortex is over there. I think we go magic shop here. Sure, sure. -1s at least. I'm going to take the horde in the middle for sure. Ah, yes. My favorite thing in the world. Teeth of Gold. Tempered Talisman is the pick here. We have enough stings. This adds up. It also gets my favorite Glimmer up to 15, which is great. Let's look at this cave first. Random Umbra consumable. Well, I'll take a Packed Morsels. It's not what I wanted, but I'll take it. I was looking for Space Prism there. It's a much cheaper solution than the craziness that is this... What is it? Where is this card? Crucible Extension, yes. Let's continue making Root Seeds free. Every single one of these that's free is just sort of huge. Holdover. Holdover 15 Piercing Glimmer. 15 is a uniquely positive position for this to be in. This is not what I would normally do, but because of Tempered Talisman, this actually hits a respectable level. 15 does not clear the 25s, but being able to clear Wilt Wings and things like that is still really good. It's one of the better cards I could have and draw into. So I think we're going to do this, as weird as that is. Okay, fine, I suppose. We move on. That would benefit a lot from a Lightstone casing if we see it. I at least get the Mark of Invasion here for free. Okay, having healing like that on lock is nice. Okay, so now this situation tells me what? I still think I kind of want Windleton plus... Well, I think actually, do I want Windleton? Interesting questions, right? I might want Crucible Collector here. Let's go ahead and play a morsel first. Yeah, I think we want Crucible Collector on this particular combat. We'll open with a Glimmer, of course, that's for sure. And then I'm going to go ahead and play Windleton Middle here with the Custodian behind him. And this gives us a free sort of Mega Sting. I'm going to go ahead and play a bunch of morsels upstairs. That's just like so many morsels. And we continue to take this. We're already drawing enough. I still will take 1 damage shield here. 10 draw seems decent. Okay, now unfortunately, we do lose because of the Master of Light situation, but I still get the Collector. So I think the plan here is what? I think we need to Crucible Extension upstairs first, then we Antumbra Assault something here. We get a morsel, then the Animus. Then we can buff the Animus here. We still get the Glimmer in an important way, and I can take another morsel, which will just kind of pass away, I suppose. We'll take it'll go downstairs. That's fine. Goodbye, Custodian. I really wanted him to live a little longer, but we only had so much available to us. Quick Tome here. I have to play this upstairs to avoid leaking this man, so I will actually do it. I'll tank a man middle. We will sack some guys downstairs, and this will do. Unfortunately, we do get hit, but that's okay. Not to the Pyre, at least. If I see Strangler, this hard pivots my run in a big way, and hopefully I do, but yikes. Managed to kill upstairs, which means I can Glimmer middle, which is pretty good. And then I can at least generate some morsels. We have plenty of lifesteal, but I need to actually draw my bottom-decked Perils of Production to do enough damage to actually win this combat with the Animus. It's pretty important. I'll put it that way. Glimmer middle saves our lives, but I am going to Antumbra Assault first. Yeah, wise to do it. Okay, we'll take... Ah, he swings? That's a real bummer. Well, that's a shame. Oh well, it's fine. We do enough damage to win here. I'm not as concerned about it. I need to draw into... I'm going to actually sting middle here. Net positives me. I need to draw into the... What's it called? The Prismal Dust. The Prismal Dust swings this. Although I guess it doesn't really matter, because... Our guy in front has 24 lifesteal and does enough damage that I think we win on that anyway, so kind of whatever, I suppose. True. Although we did end up hitting the Prismal Dust, so we are super fine. Great. Oh no, Windleton died. That's okay. Identifying what these floors look like is pretty important to this run, huh? Like being able to pick out this is the way we set this guy up so that we actually are victorious here. 10 damage, shield doing 240, we easy win this. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, what's next? We got money, good. We get the adaptive mutation. I actually do like seeing this. I will take it. We have rage generation, so that's great. I can take void binding. Alright, now we're cooking. Okay, we'll take void binding. If I see Strangler, I think this is clean. We're going left here. I would like to dupe my damage scaling, which is the Perils of Production. Most importantly, I need to make sure I can answer Diligent, so I'm not going to burn it. But the other part is I want to double scale the rage so that the adaptive mutation can pop off. So we go left here, for sure, for sure. Temple, a plus 30. Alas, it's actually okay. I'm still fine with it. Give me a Lightstone Casing, Monster Train. Nexus Spike. What is the Nexus Spike here? That's a good question. I mean, we just build a better adaptive mutation, right? I think it's actually just straight up, like, Void Binding plus adaptive mutation here. Which is pretty nuts. I think that's gotta be it. I'm gonna click that. That seems like a good addition to this run. We've just built a stronger adaptive mutation. It still costs 2, right? But now it applies Void Binding first. Great work. Cool. We like that. I get to remove trash. What is trash in this run? Stuff that slows me down. My spells are pretty decent. I actually don't want to cut them. If we end up going in on Crucible Collector, which we might actually still, right? If I see Strangler, Crucible Collector is the play, and then we go Animus of Will infused into the Collector, right? We don't actually have to do that, but we could. It's not bad. If we see no Strangler, we're most likely doing Animus of Will behind the Collector, so that we hit enough times on the floor. So, and then we'll do a Wildwood Custodian infusion into probably the Animus of Will, I suppose. Train Stewards aren't terrible, but the important thing about them is that they slow my initial drawdown, which I don't like. So I will still cut them. We're doing plenty fine on Diligent. I don't have to overthink this at all. We're going to make another Perils, of course. Okay. Now, I don't know what my infusion situation is right now. Intrinsic on Crucible Extension is probably it. I don't like how expensive it is, but this guarantees that I can at least hit. I can at least build my floor correctly immediately. Plus 30. 46 in piercing. There's never a world. I don't play top floor anyway unless I hit some kind of a daze or damage reduction on Divinity. I don't think there's ever a world I'd do it. I think we can go ahead and take this big Antumbra Assault. 46 in piercing is pretty strong. We have lots of chances for future infusions. No rush. We move on. Okay, that's at least good. We're happy about that. I think we beat Arcus without too much concern. So the plan here is I'm going to use Windleton to blow up these bottom guys, and we are going to play everything else top floor, essentially. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will, in fact, just waste a Shade Splitter first. We'll put it down up top. Animus can chill here. I'm going to go ahead and place the Wildwood Custodian. Honestly, he goes behind Windleton, and it's not particularly close. That's fine. We'll take space up top. I'll draw an extra card. We just incant. We're not really at risk of dealing with any of these curses, thanks to everything. So, that's fine. Play out a Train Steward here. I will consume... I'll hit that guy in back, which is great. So we get a morsel, so I don't take Ember Drain. I get the quick on the right unit. We're looking pretty good here, right? Looking pretty decent. I can feed morsels to Windleton. Sure, why not? And we'll take 7 damage shield. I'll put this in the back because it preserves it for Relentless, which I think we're already guaranteed to win this combat now, which is great news, right? We are, I think, guaranteed to get out here. What is this adaptive mutation already looks cracked, for the record. You get the Void Binding hit plus adaptive mutation. I'm just going to go ahead and click that right away. That is actually really good. Nice. We take a curse, unfortunately, but I don't really care. I have so much Ember Generation, it's kind of whatever. The only thing we need to do is, draw the... There it is. Draw the Glimmer. This is the real answer here. Yeah, second adaptive mutation. I don't really think I need to worry and wait about this, right? Let's just go hard and fast. blast mid-floor here and golden, right? Mid-bottom floor is going to fall apart. Like, Windleton is not long for this world, and that will have to be okay. But we're doing like 560 upstairs, which is golden. I can at least glimmer middle to get rid of that curse again. We'll take some morsels. I will toss him a lifesteal morsel. It's good to do. We're already winning, and it's not particularly close, so that's great. In Relentless, the Crucible Collector will just kind of pass away, but it's not that bad, right? He's not important. It's this guy with 11 damage shield doing like 600 damage that's important. Oh, yikes. Bottom floor's not looking good. Let's go ahead and heal our lad. We'll go ahead and hit these stings and then just draw a bunch of stuff. Feed upstairs. He actually will live at this current rate, thanks to generating from the fossilized fangs, which is kind of nice. So, but really, we're just way ahead, and that's okay. The Void Binding gives us top floor survivability in a way that we didn't have before, by the way, which is really nice. So, with that in mind, I don't really actually fear this too much. Yeah, I'm not really actually afraid. We also, with 2 of the perils, are able to create big prismal dusts. So, I actually think we're kind of good here. And we have adaptive mutation to help. I mean, I think we're golden. Does my man make it through much? He at least swings, so I'll take it. Yeah, great job. He swings. Good job. He, of course, dies. We're not surprised by this in the least, but, you know, fair enough. We're doing over 300 damage upstairs, so what am I concerned about? Just drop the Glimmer. I don't need it. Great. Doesn't even get through my man in front. So, this is a pretty good situation for us to be in, I think. It's actually better to have him eat because of the double gorge, but it doesn't matter here. I'll think about that more later. Yeah, alright, we're in good spots. I'm going to go ahead and click an Awoken's Rail Spike. With this much Ember generation, we will for sure draw a huge turn like this. I also don't need the Unleash or a second Wildwood Tome. Alright, now here, I don't need Ember. I don't need Space again, although Space again is not a bad idea. I have the Crucible extension, so we just take Draw here. This gives me an improvement on if there's some turns I'm drawing 9s, so I will go to a steel shop here, so I have the opportunity of filling out my guys. This is the most important floor because I'll know if I'm going to go in on the Animus or Windleton. And I want to have a steel shop available for it. Endless, a plus 25 is good. We'll take some health. I'll look at the Horde. Thorn Casing is disgusting. Sketches is funny. I never take sketches here, but Thorn Casing for sure. That's just, I mean, my stings now do 23 in piercing. Alright, Strangler or not? No Strangler. So that means we are now going in on Animus of Will. Good to know. Yep, good to know. Great. We planned around this. I'm going to give my Collector 70 health as an important threshold for him so he doesn't get murdered. I will reroll here. Quick. I already have quick. It's not what I want. I want a multi-strike monster train. I want a 4th hit. 3 hits is enough, but 4th hit's better. Do I need this Hellvent on Ring 8? I don't think I need this Hellvent on Ring 8. I already have 2 adaptive mutations. Awoken's Rail Spike. What's in this temple again? I don't think I looked, actually. 10 in piercing. Why does... Now, hold up. Why would 10 in piercing be allowed on Nexus Spike here? This card does Void Binding plus adaptive mutation. It doesn't take... What doesn't have magic power on it? What the heck? Alright, well, I don't know about that. Alright, Spell Chain, I think, is probably just going to get slammed into the Void Binding. If we see a -2, great. If we don't, I can actually still afford to play it. Sure. Man, the magic shop's really good for Diligent, though. It gives me a lot more zero-costers to interact with. I'll take this Void Binding. I think the magic shop might be it, though. I don't know. The infusion situation, we are going to go Custodian into Animus here. We might not actually need the Collector when you think about it for more than 10 seconds, because we could put Windleton in this spot. The thing is he doesn't really live. He has no longevity. How are we keeping morsels alive on a Divinity? I mean, we have top floor survivability, but I actually think we probably play middle floor anyway. Yes, I think so. I'll put it into Animus here. I think this is acceptable. I was thinking you could go Crucible Collector into Animus and then play Thornlord in front, and I'm trying to visualize if that floor survives. It relies a lot on our damage shield situation, which can falter, but can also win. It's a faster line, for sure. The lifesteal's not particularly useful there. I think getting the Wildwood Custodian card draw is... I think this is good. I think this is good enough to win, and I'm not that worried about it. So... I think Thornlord's going to get a lot of value, though. We're drawing and playing a ton of cards. He's got a lot of life. The main problem is I have to have a 6-space floor. 6-space floor means I can play mid-floor right now, because I have 4 + 1 from Boss Relic + 1 from Crucible Extension. So it is possible. I can't feed any morsels to that floor right away, though. We could drop the morsels altogether. So we have the ability to pivot here a little bit. I'm just deciding which one is stronger, right? Because if you pivot, you start removing morsels here. You use Crucible Collector's Infusion on Animus of Will. We just keep the Wildwood Custodian standalone, right? You just keep him chilling, and then when you have space on the floor, you drop him in, and that's good enough. Do we have enough survivability for this? The problem is I'll have to play some Void Bindings on Windleton, but I think it's okay, right? Is that a better line? Obviously, Animus is a core part of our run. She's not going away. The real question is, do I need Windleton? Or not? How beneficial is he? The Crucible Collector is much stronger into Relentless by a lot. We have so much lifesteal that as long as he doesn't insta-lose, he wins. Now, there may be cases where he insta-loses, but fortunately, Animus of Will has Quick, and we have AoE Glimmer that's in a pretty good health spot. The 15s will be clearing out, conduits and things like that. So, not terribly afraid of that situation. Still, Windleton's going to push out big damage numbers is the main difference between these two. How important is his damage number? It might be really important on mini-bosses, right? We don't lock them down very well, and I need to be very fast on them. Alright, I think we are actually going to hard pivot here, because I want Windleton's damage number, which means that plus 25 I just put in this Crucible is actually going to go away. And that's a bummer, but fine. We get rid of him. Alright, we're hard pivoting on this. Okay. Hard pivot. Goodbye, Collector, my love. We are going to hold out, or am I going to go in on this? I think we got to go to this magic shop, make things cheaper. So let's just take a damage shield 3 here. This is unnecessary. I could just take a battle stone instead. Start at 5 health, 5 damage higher. Left is not bad. Removals. I think the magic shop might be... I mean, we have so many stings, right? Think about this. I generate 3. I generate 6. I have 7, 8 stings. That's enough turns already on its own. I could use root seeds for some of the others. Pack morsels for one of them. the thing you gotta understand is, what if I don't see a multi-strike? I mean, at that point, it's just a +10, basically, so it's not much better. The right side is going to provide more net value in the Hellvent and the Magic Shop. The Hellvent lets me do a lot of things. Probably an upgraded Void Binding. I think it's gotta be the Magic Shop side. So let's go ahead and just take Battlestone. I don't love it, but at least it adds some damage number here. It puts me a little higher initially, so sure. Fine, we'll take it and we'll move on. I'm almost certainly purchasing a set of removals, but not yet. Don't need to do that investment right now. Moving on. Okay, we hard pivoted. I decided on this. I think it's a good move. We will be able to win this combat, no problem. Great work. The thing I have to remember is 6 space, so this floor is essentially just Crucible Extension, Shade Splitter, Morsel, Windleton, Animus, and we go in, right? There's nothing too fancy about this. We take 1 damage shield and we sack a Train Steward and we're okay. Alright, drawing 6 here. I think the play is we do put the Custodian in. I don't think we do, actually. I'm just going to Glimmer middle. It's good. Get that Collector. Great news. Sack a Train Steward again. I'm going to shoot a guy downstairs, I suppose. No reason not to. Take a Miner up top. I will click the Preserve Thorns. It's good to do it. It's incants. A lot of value here. Play nothing. Save Custodian. Sure. Alright, we should be okay. Great. We get to... It looks bad until we actually get to play all of our cards out. We have a quick tome. It's good. The Glimmer is pretty critical here. But I can actually do some work otherwise. We're going to pop that. Fine. Hey, look, he lives. It's okay. We are going to play Void Binding into Void Binding. I'm going to draw 7 cards here for sure. Let's just draw 7. Great. Cool. We get a lot more stings here. I'm just going to incant out. Sacrifice some things. Fine. Alright, moving on. Okay. Now, I do need to plan a little bit around the backline clearing that we need to have done, so let's do that to some extent. The Void Binding must be played. Glimmer middle guarantees I clear this backline guy next turn. Good stuff. Nexus Spike is a strong opener here that we will click. Great. Drawing 10. Okay. Now, I think it's as easy as just clicking the Glimmer up top. We actually, 190, 190, 190, we clear it all up here as is, so no work required. So we're going to clear middle floor then. Great. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the guy on bottom for some better morsels here. Golden. Okay, we get through this. We win this combat, no problem. We did a hard pivot, and it's actually just fine. I put the Wildwood Custodian in the middle to tank on Relentless if it matters. I don't actually care that much about this dude, but, you know, fair enough. Anyway, here's 10 damage shield, I guess, so that's cool. Alright, we are just kind of going through the motions now. This combat is over. Give me morsels. We like them. Great work. Cool. I'm not playing that Shade Splitter. It doesn't matter. We just simply play the Glimmer once, and I think we're done with it. Not that yet. I want to play the Void Bindings here. Every sting matters a little bit. We Glimmer once on bottom. Here's 7 more damage shield. We're out. Alright, cool. I think I just press end turn here. Although I am going to click this adaptive mutation because it looks cool. And I want to see what the final numbers are. Yeah, 317, 393, that's pretty solid. Looks good. Okay, this definitely clears mini-bosses. You can see Windleton doing solidly hundreds of damage, or 100 damage at least, which matters. Pyre Grow. Another Preserved Thorns is ammo into Seraph. And I don't hate these stings. I'm actually just going to take that, and that cleans this up a lot. I don't need any of this other stuff. Ember Cache is pretty low opportunity cost, though. I'll take that. We're taking random cards. A lot of cards in the deck, but most of them are very fast. We get to go to the right. I took the upgrade in Animus preemptively, expecting this, so that's good. Winged Technology. Well, we didn't know that was there at the time. There is a Lightstone casing with a plus 30, so I mean, we are going to immediately just pick that up. This makes the Glimmer ridiculous, right? Absolutely bonkers. 45 in piercing is nuts. We also get an intrinsic on a perils, so we get to go hard right away. Now, I could actually intrinsic the Prismal Dust. I don't mind delaying the perils just a little bit. I'll have to think about that for more than 10 seconds. Alright. Double stack. Double stack the Void Binding. Actually, you think it's crazy, but I'm going to do it. Ridiculous. Give it a -1 and a double stack. Look at those numbers. The damage scaling. Simply dupe this card and win. Outrageous. Yeah, of course. I mean, duh. Obviously. Plus 10. Do I need a 56 in piercing here? No, I don't think so. I'm going to re-roll this. Holdover? What are you going to do with this? What am I going to do with a holdover? I don't want it. I want to make something free. I think it's just going to be this Antumbra Assault. Sure. Every free card is now an ammo or a piece of defense into Diligent, so I think that's good. There's always the argument that Crucible Extension might need to be something, but all my units are free anyway, so I kind of don't care. I don't know what I want to intrinsic yet, but I'm intrinsicing something. I think I want to purchase removals. I mean, the Hellvent is easy. This is an obvious choice. Where is that Void Binding? There it is. This card is nuts. It's too bad I don't have a -2 in it, but at the same time, this card is still just fully outrageous. So, great. Good. I think the intrinsic here... I really like an intrinsic perils. I really like an intrinsic perils. I think it's correct even if Diligent exists. Yeah, I think it's correct even if Diligent exists. Oh, hey, look, 200 charts. We made Trainwreck levels. Great job. Now, removals are good. Winged Technology, I mean, that makes them really good. The morsels really good tanks upstairs. I don't hate them. We're never removing all of them. It's probably a really good pickup. I'm going to do that and then buy a removal. And this removal is actually just going to be a Shade Splitter. I don't need that many. It's fine. We're going to generate them from other places. It gets rid of a card, which is fine. And I think we buy a 20 consume on nothing here and simply move on. I like those stings. I guess I can do Train Steward into Wildwood Custodian. Sure, bud. It's a removal, which I'm actually okay with. I have 35 cards. The fewer I have, the better. We move on from here. Alright, 225. Sure. Fine. We did it. Alright. I feel really confident about the state of things now that we hit the double stack. The Lightstone casing was actually crazy. So, first order of business. Play my units out. Okay, do we go in on perils right away? Maybe. I think we have to accept an Ember Drain upstairs no matter what. Yes. So I think the plan here is accept the Ember Drain. We're going to burn the Crucible extension here. I don't need more than one of these, ever. Fine. Play the Windleton. Do I want morsels on this floor or not? We're not playing the packed morsels here, for anyone keeping track. I am going to play in on perils. If I have to burn perils, it's a bummer, but it's okay. I guess I can actually play the Vengeful Shard. I do wish to play the Wildwood Custodian and protect him. I think he's relevant. Let's sting, 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 and I get 11 damage shield, which I will play on front. Okay. Fine. I'm drawing 10 next turn. We should have enough draw to bypass stuff. Now, you see here the challenge, right? A lot of things cost 1, so I'm burning a Root Seeds here, which is not the burn we want. It's a little fast for us to have gone in on perils so early, but it's okay. Play a Root Seeds. We get the Glimmer, which I am putting downstairs right now. I wish to add more stings to my floor. Great. There's really not much reason to burn cards here, other than, I guess, to draw them for later. So let's, I suppose, burn something. And then, here you go, bud. Sure. Fine. Is it Adaptive Mutation early? It might be. 103x3 at least pushes 3 units here. 83x3 does not. I don't think we do. We move on. I keep drawing 10. It's good to do it. If I remove more of these Curse Lads, we're golden. I'm going to burn a Steel Enhancer here. That's a fine burn. I want to save the cards that give me card draw. Okay. Burn is acceptable. Great. I get the Glimmer here, which is good. Play the Void Binding for sure. Huge power swings. Glimmer goes upstairs, has to. I'm not even clearing the whole floor right now. I'll sting downstairs because I can. I'm drawing 10 again, which is excellent. We're just putting morsels on middle, I guess, for no real reason. Still taking curses, unfortunately. Hopefully that gets fixed here. I'm going to burn a 0-cost Rail Spike. Ooh, or am I? No, I want to create more 0-cost cards. So let's burn the Sting. Let's burn a Sting. Yeah, goodbye Sting. That is acceptable. That is acceptable. I will now plan on Wildwood Tome for sure. Glimmer is going to go middle because I do not want further curses. I'm going to draw 7 cards here and make them all free. Because this hits, yeah, 2 Vengeful Shards, which I can use as weapons thanks to something I took ages ago. And now a Void Binding got reduced to 0 cost, which is great. I'm going to save this Ember Cache. Am I? No, I want to put 3 cards in the pile. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and sting out on bottom or kill this guy downstairs. We're just creating a weird mid-floor here that doesn't really do much, but I guess technically exists, so sure. Fine. Only drawing 9 here, but no curses. Yeah, immediate payout on this Excavated Ember, although I think the play is actually Packed Morsels. I don't really need the morsels, so I don't care that they're getting kind of whatevered. I'm not drawing them all, it's fine. Alright, I think we're out. We've answered the challenge of this run. I get to play a Nexus Spike for a cool 242 health in my back floor, which is just fantastic news. And then I get another Preserved Thorns, which is more ammo. More ammo. And then we Glimmer bottom floor to get rid of that. We leave the Ember in, and I'm reasonably confident we win from here. We've created enough answers to Diligent. I have no fears. Yeah, Shade Splitter burns. Excellent work. Alright, cool. Good job. There's really not much else to say here. I get a cool Vengeful Shard, which I do like. Here, we'll shoot that guy. Pew. Good job. The Adaptive Mutation boosts me to 460 x3, which is enough to win, so I'm not going to mess around too much here. I'm just going to click the Glimmer because I might as well. And then continue to incant, and then take 8 damage shield. So we're super winning. We have it. I have 18 damage shield in front. Diligent has done nothing to me. I have the Glimmer, which is a tool. Excavated Ember. Let's go. Then we get the Perils. We're doing so much damage here. We super win this. So Ring Divinity is the only real question mark we have to think about just a little bit. And the question is basically just, how do we defeat the Divinity? The mini-bosses, I think, are the specific question. I think if we actually get to the point where we are killing or getting to Relentless, we've already won, right? Very little fear here, so that's cool, at least. But Yeah, I think we're fine. The stealth doesn't frighten me. Stealth does not frighten me at all because I have a 34 damage shield in the back and 18 damage shield in the front, and I can wait for it, use morsels to face tank here in sort of a hilarious way. How many do they get through? 1 round, 2 rounds. Hey, fair enough, y'all. Fair enough. Easy win here. He doesn't even get through our friend, what is his name, Windleton, so that's great. Looking at a cool, casual 11 damage shield, 29 damage shield there. Great work. Cool. Okay, so we win that combat. Diligent, not afraid. Ooh, what do I get here? Shard of Divinity? Yeah, that helps a lot with if I leak a mini-boss, which could happen if the first one is Hammer Bro and we don't scale fast enough. The main question we will be answering here is, do I play top floor or do I play middle floor? And I think the answer is middle floor. I think so. You'll note the early Void Binding is really powerful here. We see an early Nexus spike on this. I think we could play top and be okay because of the Void Binding, right? I'm always leery about the boss. I think we can actually play top, but we will have to give up the Custodian if we do that. I'm not keeping him alive, right? There's no way he lives. I guess I could give him, what, 4 damage shield here? You know, fair enough. What if we just play top? Yeah, let's actually just go in on top. We're fine. We are okay. Stings acquired. We go perils in here. I do have to, if I'm going to keep Mr. Guy in front alive, we're going to go Void Bindings like this, because I want to protect Windleton too. We go ahead and preserve Thorns. Now these stings basically kill enemies here. So I actually think we go in on triple sting bottom floor here. It's too early for a Nexus spike. We definitely don't do that. We move on. I have enough lifesteal from Crucible Collector's Infusion that we're okay. Yeah, we also get the Glimmer back now, which is golden. So I think we're set. And Umbra Assault is going to be played on the 25. Actually, it doesn't matter. I have a big Glimmers. I have big Glimmers now, so there's really no reason to go to him here. We just pop this guy, and then we just spam upstairs, right? None of this really matters that much. I will incant, and then just sack the morsel, it's fine. Okay, I don't know if Wildwood Custodian is long for this world, but the 4 damage shield certainly helps. So that's good. Alright, we're out of lifesteal in the back, which is important to keep in mind. We are just going to go ahead and Glimmer here. It's strong. We like it. This is not going to be... I will Void Binding in the back now. This is not our Awoken Rail Spike turn. We're playing too many other things. I'm going to give Custodian 2 damage shield here and chill. I'll play the Pact Morsels out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all die. That's good. Alright, we're pushing good numbers here. I should beat a mini-boss. Alright, it is the tougher one. I haven't... Bottom decking my second Perils, by the way, which is super relevant here. We get the big Glimmer, which is huge. We sack some things. Is this Adaptive Mutations time? I think we need to go fast here. So I think we'll start with our first Adaptive Mutation now, and then the others will come later. Okay. Windleton's getting punched now too, which is a bit of a bummer. But that's okay. We finally get double Glimmers, or double rather Perils in action. We click the Glimmer, of course. For sure, there's no way we don't. Which lets us clear this floor. And then I will go in on the Nexus Spike here because it pushes me to 260 x3, which is important. Okay. Mini-boss is on our floor now. He's a problem. Yep, he sure is a problem. Glimmer here is good. Sting kills that, so I push number. Alright, we did it. Whew. Alright, Sting was really relevant on this one. Glad to have done that. Alright, pushing him here, I think, guarantees us a victory. I'd like to give some damage shield to your boy in back. Oh, Ripperino, my man. Is this not the damage shield turn? Might not be. The Glimmer here is nice because I can actually pop one of these dudes and then sack some things downstairs. What if I simply draw 10 cards instead? Is that better ever? 11 damage shield to our lad. I kinda like him. Yeah, here you go, buddy. You get to live, alright? I'm not letting you die. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not letting him pass away. We have the tools to keep our friend alive, so we should be good. We simply play the cards normally. Yeah, here's a Void Binding. Good cards. Yeah, because we're getting damage shield in the back from other means, so I'm not as concerned about it. Let's go ahead and ping out Frontman here. I actually get a morsel, which is kind of cool. I will continue to incant because clicking buttons is good, I believe. Sure. Yeah, we win and back. We already have this. I don't have to overthink it. I think we do want to Glimmer downstairs here, if only because... Oof, I don't know. 13 damage coming through? I think we're just Glimmering upstairs. There's no reason to take that hit, right? There's no reason to take that hit. Yeah, it's fine. Curse is annoying for Relentless, but I don't really care. We win anyway. Yeah, we're fine. We get the Glimmer, blow it up, good stuff. Play the curses out. We are winning. For sure. Yeah, millions of damage everywhere. He even heals. Good job. We have the W. Alright, yeah. I think this was marginally stronger than the Crucible Collector angle because Windleton can punch. You saw how much damage he was doing there at the end, a good chunk. Over 100 at least. That's not something that the Crucible Collector would have achieved. Which, it added up, right? So I'm okay with this. It also meant that I actually could put Windleton to good use, which I wasn't really doing before. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Really, though, this is all about just grabbing the Animus early and then eventually going, welp, I guess that's my line, because you have to go back to what I said a long, long time ago. I put out a video that says, multi-strike is a bait, but it's still great. That is very true in Monster Train. You don't need or want to hunt it too much. When you see it, you should take it. It's actually one of my favorite mantras for this game is you have a multi-strike visible, try to find out if there's any way you can justify grabbing it. This could be a Furnace Tap, it could be One Horn's Tome, it could be Animus of Will's Infusion, or just the existence of her. 3 hits on her own is enough. So she ended up being really important to my run, and it was not guaranteed to be that way, right? There was no way I would know that. I never ended up seeing Strangler, so I couldn't rely on him. Think about how I moved through this run. This is actually really important. I think it's a good lesson in Windleton gameplay. A lot of these things are kind of a little subtle here, but I was planning around the possibility of seeing Strangler, but the possibility of never seeing Strangler, which did come to pass. And that meant the Animus was super important to my run. I could no longer lock enemies down, and so or sweep them out. So as a result, I needed an answer for how do I actually kill mini-bosses? Behold, triple hitting. Didn't even see a multi-strike in shop. Also, didn't look that hard, and that's okay. So the rest of this, I mean, the real shout out here is thorn casing plus an obnoxious number of stings, and lightstone casing with some actual clutch pickups. The double stack on this void binding is out of this world. The -1 is actually really important here because it's a very expensive card. Otherwise, I'd be paying 5 Ember for it. So, fair enough. I might still have considered it because of the second Perils of Production, but woof, I don't know about it. I might not have duped him in that case, at least. So the Lightstone casing did great here. The Glimmer shot up to 45 damage, which is just huge. I was happy with 15, but even earlier in the run, I commented, man, this would be a plus 30 Lightstone casing angle if ever I saw it. And we did see it, so I committed to it, right? Great, fantastic. And then the intrinsic perils actually was really important on Divinity because the second perils was fully bottom decked. Who knows where that second one would have been if I hadn't taken the intrinsic on it. It might have been really low and our damage scaling could have been awful. So having this intrinsic was really smart there. I think it was always this and it was never really close, but I did want to at least think about other options while I was doing other shopping on Ring 8, so... The rest of this is just Lost Luggage popping off. Forever Flame's doing a nice job here. It's not that impressive. Wildwood Custodian makes it to the end. I even got him to live through Relentless. Go team. We love our little man. He helps offset a little bit of the fact that, yeah, I'm not guaranteed to draw a bunch of cards, 10 to 9 every turn, but he adds that +1. That actually is really relevant, especially on things like Diligent, right? So... And yeah, that's about it. A huge shout out to Crucible Collector doing excellent work and eventually becoming an infusion for Animus. I think we could have still won with him, but I am pretty confident that the line we chose ended up being stronger and it was a good choice. So, but yeah, that brings us up to 279 wins on our series, having an accidental train wreck for you all, and I will let you go there. So, hey. Thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.